Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Come on. Say hi.
Hi.
So welcome back to my channel. Today's Sunday. It's a really chill day, but I have a lot of work to do because I have to water all of my plants today. I'm really kind of dreading this. Watering honestly takes a long time for me, and I don't really have a huge plant collection. I guess it's just what you would call laziness, procrastination. I don't know. But I'm gonna do it. I also need to fertilize today. You know, this is a learning moment for me because this summer I really haven't been fertilizing as much as I should, and now today's the first day of fall and I use grow lights, so I don't think too many of my plants are gonna go dormant, but I really definitely wish I would have been fertilizing a little bit more this summer. But yeah, we're gonna fertilize today. You coming up here with me? Come on. I have my little helper with me today.
Hi. Hi.
We already said hi.
Hi, Daddy.
So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and put on some music, and then you guys can watch me water all of my plants. But I am really excited because I got this really beautiful philodendron today. I think that this is a ring of fire, but honestly I'm not sure because it was marked as a philodendron golden girl. But she was only $15. The rate for it was actually $29.98, but I got it for $15. And I think overall the plant is in a good condition, but I'm going to repot today. And normally I don't do that. Normally I do like to acclimate at least for like 2 weeks so that the plant does not go into shock. But the soil is so dense and wet and like thick, and then she's like leaning a little bit, so I kind of feel like if I leave her as is, then it's gonna do more harm than good. So I am gonna go ahead and repot today, so you guys will see me do that as well. But oh my gosh, look at these leaves. They're so beautiful. And honestly, I was never really into this type of philodendron. I have a whole bunch of others, but for some reason, whenever I seen pictures of like this one and the caramel marble, I just kind of was like, I didn't know how I felt about it. I really don't like the funky leaves. But when I seen it in person today, because I had only ever seen photos, I was in Home Depot and it was on like the bottom shelf, and I was like, wow, like I don't know, the photos and videos don't do it justice. I just think it's a beautiful plant. So yeah, the only thing that I can't quite figure out is if it belongs on a moss pole or not. I did watch TikTok. I seen someone put it on a moss pole. I think it was the Sydney plant guy. But everyone else didn't have it on a moss pole. So I don't know. I definitely feel like that if I do repot, or when I do repot, if she's still leaning a lot, I am gonna put her on a moss pole just for support regardless. But I'm gonna check the roots. Hopefully there's no root rot or anything, but I do have my peroxide if I need to do that. But yeah, overall, I'm just so happy with this one. I think she's gonna look really good. And in my last video, I did talk about how I wanted to kind of start to include some pops of color here and there. And like, she's just giving me like Thai constellation vibes without the budget. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get started, and like I said, I'll be watering all my plants. I'll put some music on so you guys can watch me do that, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I read every single comment, and I'm just so thankful to like share this space with you all. So with that said, we'll go ahead and get started.
Can't think watching you go. I wanted to stop, though I already know it's the end of for you and me. Keep on saying the time will heal. Keep lying just to make me feel I'm not lonely. It's the end of for you and me. Keep on saying the time will heal. Baby, baby, you kidding me?
Wow, that was a lot. Like, I was over here low-key like stressed out because like I've never had to like rinse roots, believe it or not. I've always kind of mentally prepared myself to have to do it if there was root rot or anything, but as far as like taking off compacted soil and like going like bare root, I have not had to do that before. But it just, this soil was so compacted, it was so wet, and it just was not coming off. And so I took her to the sink, I rinsed her off, I got off as much as I could. But now I'm kind of intrigued because initially I was like, okay, this pot is obviously a little bit bigger than my clear pots, and I would rather have my plants in the clear nursery pot, so then that way I can see what's going on. But now that I have like a visual of the size of the root ball, I honestly think that this pot will be okay. I don't know. It kind of feels like it's probably, yeah, no, I don't think so, because once you actually look at it in here, it's a little too big. So I definitely think that I need to order clear nursery pots that are this size, and honestly I don't know the size of this. I'll have to figure it out. But so for right now, I am going to go ahead and repot back into this pot. I've rinsed it out. What I'm not going to do is use the little liner that comes with the pots from what are they called, Proven Winners. If you've ever gotten a plant from them, especially like from Home Depot, they put all of their plants in here. They have like this plastic liner on the inside. I'm not really a fan of that. I actually lost an alocasia due to this plastic liner. I didn't know to remove it, and I really just think that my plant like got rotted, and before I could even save it, it was done. So I'm gonna go ahead and repot, and then I'm gonna check on her in a couple days, and I'll update you guys on how she's doing. So when I'm watering my plants, I always try to go for my largest ones first. So I got my Bird of Paradise, my 2 Monsteras, and I honestly just stick them into the shower. I make sure that I get the temperature of the water right, trying to make sure it's not too hot and not too cold. And then I quite literally just turn the shower on and I give them a shower. And so I just let them do their thing. I find that the shower method works best for me right now, just with how large they are. And then also, it's a really good way for me to be able to like clean their leaves and all of that. I do think that I'm going to eventually get some sort of large tub so that way I can start to bottom water for a lot of my plants. But right now, the shower method is what's working. So now I'm going in with my fertilizer. I just make sure that I have all of my measurements correctly. This is a gallon of water, and so I'm just adding some teaspoons to that. And then what I end up doing is just making sure that I kind of like spread that gallon of fertilized water all throughout all of my plants. I did have to end up making a second batch just because I didn't have enough, but I also added a little bit of plant food, and then I just go ahead and try to spread it out. Now, I have already watered them right while they were in the shower, but then I also add this fertilizer as well. I don't know if I'm doing this correctly. Comment down below and let me know if you think that I should try something different. But as of right now, I think this is like the best thing that's working for me. It helps me to make sure that like all of my plants are getting fertilized, but then also I don't think that I'm like over fertilizing them. I never really see any like I guess burnt leaves or any of that. That would kind of be an indication of that. But yeah, so I'm doing the same thing, just pretty much rinse, repeat over and over again. And then yeah, just giving the plants the fertilizer. And I just honestly am so happy with the growth that I've seen. I really wish that I did fertilize a little bit more this summer. So now I'm just going in and cleaning this tub. It was so dirty from just the dirt, and my son always takes baths in here, so I have to make sure that it's clean and ready for him. So now we're moving on to our small to medium sized plants. We're starting off with these two self-watering planters. If you can see, like there's the water line inside, and I pretty much just fill them back up with water, add a little fertilizer, and go on about my day. I don't know why I haven't added self-watering planters or pots to almost all of my plants. I don't know. I should, because they're really easy. But I do think that eventually I want to get into like pond and all of that good stuff. But I just need to learn a little bit more about it. As for right now, the only thing that I do try to do is that whenever I'm making my soil blend, that I'm making it as chunky as possible, so that way it just drains really, really well. And as you can see, that water is just pouring out of the bottom. And that's what I like to see, because I don't want to have any like retaining water where it's not supposed to be. So pretty much just watering, fertilizing, exactly what I did with the other ones. So while watering, I noticed that there were some aerial roots on one of my plants that needed to be attached to the moss pole. So I used some garden tape and just kind of attached that. And then I went and watered my gloriosum. Honestly, she's not looking the best, but she is giving me 2 new leaves. So I am happy about that. I'm going to get her a new light. Someone has said to put her on the bottom shelf in my plant corner. So that's what I'm going to do. And I think I'm going to go with the Barina lights or something. But now I'm finishing off with my snake plant. It has not been watered in almost 2 months. And like I said on my last video, this was actually my grandma's plant. So I'm like terrified of hurting it, or I just want it to thrive, honestly. So we're pretty much all done. And once I finished my snake plant, the gang is all here. I ended up just relaxing for the rest of the night, but I'll catch you guys on the next video.